train headed back to Indiana. The rain is forming into rivers outside, writing down all the things that I miss, and in the letters you take form. No, I won't go back tonight with the habits of the restless me. I'm leaving all that stuff behind. We can start all over in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place. How you make everything fall into place. You see, you make everything. I'm the first one to get off at the station. There's something in the air that I can't place. And now I see a silhouette in the dark. It's like time has stood still. I'm gonna hold you tighter this time around. Now feeling like I need to escape. The world outside only made me numb. 'Cause I just wanna be here in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place. How you make everything fall into place. You see, you make everything. It's just like the saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. But now I know my hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place. How you make everything fall into place. You see, you make everything. You see,
Warm hands, but there's something cold in the way you are. The things you said had me going good, but it left a scar. You invite me and then you turn me down. Get my hopes up and then you're gone. I fall for every word that you say to me. So hard, being drawn to you so easily. I am stuck in a loop of chemicals. What's the point of this? But I don't wanna be alone. I keep looking at my phone, but you never call me. And then I see you on the street, said your heart just skipped a beat, and that you miss me. It's always the same story with you, but I just cannot refuse you. I'm sad after this time that I'm out that you leave me with this rush. Why am I so curious? So curious.
told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello everybody. Wow, I was late to the party right now. How's everyone doing out there? East Coast After Show Recap. Hello everybody. Play some music for a minute.
I'll be there if you reach out to me.
How's everyone doing? A lot going on. Bachelor Nation. It's your guy Dave Neal. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button. Let's talk what we just watched. We'll get the voicemail button going. You can leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. Feel free to leave a voicemail. A lot to get over here. We got a lot of love talk, a lot of love in the air. Alicia Bale says, I'm usually too tired to join in, but I had a Red Bull earlier, so I am here. Well, enjoy those wings as we fly off into the sunset here. Let me get my soft drink set up. Nicole says, I'll say it, Aaron is my favorite person on the beach, and it's not even close. How about that? What do you like about Aaron? Is it the union leader energy? Oh, Nicole says, and she tells us, she says, he's so unintentionally funny. Diane says, Ivan or no, Ivan is Chelsea really into Aaron? I don't think Ivan's into Chelsea at all. I mean, he's rose hunting, bro. It's a good question, Diane, though. Chris says, thinking Ivan, hold on. Thinking Ivan had a side thing with staff member at the hotel. That would be an interesting predicament. Does anyone want to call in and explain that to me? Tasha, did you just hear that? What happened at the end? I think I'm on like a 2-minute delay. What? Will someone explain to me what happened the last 1 minute? Grateful Edge says, correction, no one is in love. Everybody is falling in love. Feel like producers sent out the memo that it's love week. Ladies, gentlemen, it's love week. Time to fall in love. No more fighting. It's love week. Angelica says, Marissa and Riley are the best couple on the beach. Yeah, I would say this. My favorite couples, or if we had to bet on which couples would last the longest, to be quite honest, my bet goes to Mari and Kenny. My bet goes to them lasting the longest. Then I would say Riley and Marissa. And then I would say Joe and Serena. Melissa Berman says, what the heck? Sophia says, it's weird they made a big dramatic thing over the storm, then it's back to normal. Well, the thing is, they probably couldn't film anything during the storm because, they got to get their crew safe. So there's no content to film. So they were like, all right, let's just cut that. Tell me how I'm gonna get close to you. Song's called Love You on the Inside. High and low, in between, feel free to call in 401-213-9828. We'll play your voicemails, keep it under a minute. This is very apropos for this episode. Tell me exactly how you feel. Hit the like button. Jerry C says, thoughts on Matt James on Dancing with the Stars. I made a full video about it. I thought he crushed it. What's that sound? There's a noise coming in. Hey. Where's that sound coming from? Won't you tell me what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. Where the hell's that sound coming from? Tasha, can you use my cell phone? I'm trying to shut off this noise. You can hear that phone number going off. There's a number going off on my phone in my ears. I don't know where it's coming from. Hey, Samantha Butler with a super chat. $10. Let's read what we got here. Thanks so much. My phone was just making all this noise. I don't know what it was. All right, got extra notes here. Samantha says, was stuck in the gut when grocery store Joe said he found something better this time, then realized Kendall chose LA over Joe, so he clearly wants someone who thinks he is their home. Yeah, that's what's weird with Kendall. She's like, I loved you, he's my guy, and it's like, you didn't make it work until a year later on a beach? Like, no, you can still love people and know it wasn't gonna work out, but clearly it wasn't gonna work out. I got a couple voicemails just came in. A 617 number, that's Boston, and a 417 number. We'll get to those in a minute. If anyone wants to call in, 401-213-9828. We'll jam for a minute, discuss some things with the comment section. Nicole's doubling down. She goes, I'm privy to the sentiment that Aaron is an extremely irritating person. He is still my favorite person on the beach, and I will die on that sandhill. I will die on that sandhill. Travis says, it was hard to watch Kendall leave, honestly. Do they have counselors, therapists in the cars? They should if they don't. I'd like to see that. I'm not saying Kendall made her feelings up, but I do believe she had her eyes set on Bachelorette. I mean, come on. She has Joe's number. They didn't work out. And if you can't make a relationship work out during the pandemic, you know what I mean? The world shut down. Nothing else mattered. No other priorities, no other jobs. If you couldn't make that relationship work with no other obstacles during the pandemic, why bring that nonsense to the beach? Let me know if anyone disagrees. Please leave a comment. Let me know. Got a couple of voicemails here. We'll play them in a minute. Sophia says, can somebody tell me who this Blake guy is? I know he was in Claire's season, but I totally missed this guy. Why did they hide the hottie? Yeah, he's a baddie with a tatty. Who knows? Who knows? I guess, I mean, I don't even know. Did Claire get rid of him before Tayshia showed up? He looks like he would have gotten along with Tayshia. All right, we'll get a couple voicemails in a second. This is a Bachelor in Paradise after episode live stream 324. Good-looking people in the chat room. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Voicemails are wide open. Call the voicemail number 401-213-9828. We'll get to voicemails in a minute. Lorna says Dave's got moves. Not many. I got like 2 moves. I got like the neck thing. 5, 6, 7, 8. I got this one. That's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna warm up for that. Rebecca said this Blake went home night 1. Really? Was he only a night 1 guy? That's what's so funny is Blake went home night 1, but he could have very easily been somebody's top 4. Rena says Blake isn't the smartest cookie. The whole fight between Blake and Tia just seemed like 2 people beating their head against a brick wall. He was using words of affirmation to tell her he liked her, and she wanted either acts of service. Right? We just had it's almost like when you're trying to plug in your American outlet into a UK, there's just a connection issue. Does that make sense? He's like, I'm telling you I like you. She's like, show me. He's like, I showed you by telling you. She's like, you need to show me. And he's like, I like you. I don't know. BT said the Blake situation with Tia annoyed me. They clearly have different love languages and he just wasn't understanding that. Bingo. Perfect. Just like, that's what my fiance said. Well, he wasn't understanding it, but also she wasn't understanding it. Love language, listen, it takes 2 to tango. She needs to understand he was expressing love in the way that he was, and she needs to see that. But also, he needs to understand, all right, she wants to see something different. But I'm not going to blame, I'm not taking the guy's side here. But sometimes, oh boy, here it comes. Blanket statement. Sometimes women think The guy understands what they want. And the guy's like, I don't know. I'm trying. What does she need? What does she need? I want to give it to her, but I don't know what it is. A foot massage? A back rub? Do you want me to go fight a guy? What do you need me to do? Ladies, tell us what you want. Phil London says, I'm the 617 number. All right, we'll get to you in a minute there, Phil. Crafty Beach says, Blake is blowing it. Maybe that's what she wants, him to blow it. You know, not in a bad way, but in a good way. You know what I mean? She's like, blow it. Give me an act of service. Tell me you love me. Show me you love me. Jerry said, I think she is genuinely grieving, and this wasn't a place to process that, but hopefully that brings her closure. Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, but what took her so long to grieve is my question. Like, maybe, you know, sometimes, you know, she's home in LA. She's got that home field advantage, talking about Kendall, Joe, and she doesn't process those raw emotions because she has her friends and family around. You take away those friends and family, and she's like, oh my gosh, there's a part of me that still loves this guy. What have I done? Samantha said her tears killed me. She was hurting, but she really could have made it work. Like, she could have chose him over LA. It's that simple. Yeah, I don't get that at all. If you love someone enough, give it a shot. You know, you can always go back to other places. I don't know. I don't get it. Let me double check this. I want to make sure the live is up and running on my phone. There it is. The live's going. No, that's the old one. Let's check on the new one here. Give me 1 second, folks. Feel free to call the number 401-213-9828. I'm not seeing it on my phone here. I hate it when it does that. Uploads right now. All right. Divine Song says, I think Kendall was egged on by producers to go after Joe on the beach and not at home. Could be. But also it could have been that Kendall knew if she was going to get rejected on the beach, that as much as that would suck, that would be her, like, looking like the woe is me damsel in distress moment to get the Bachelor edit. It was refreshing not to have drama like Chris Conran or Brendan this week. Yes, that was nice. She's this back to our standard drama. Savannah, how are you? Says, really thought Tia and Blake had a good connection on their date. It sucks to see it falling apart. Yeah, very strange. Sarah says, Blake is that guy that just continues to tell you, I'm telling you what you want, but doesn't follow through with anything he says. My question is, what is he supposed to do to follow through? They're alone on a beach. Like, what's he supposed to do? Like, go make her a daiquiri? I don't get it. I don't understand. Somebody tell me. Pre-episode. This is the post-episode live. I'm having trouble finding this. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure all the bells and whistles are going on my channel here. Melissa says Tia and Blake need to read the 5 love languages. Yeah, like they shouldn't. I don't know. You shouldn't be an adult and not know these things. Who's calling me? What's with this voicemail number? I guess we'll take our first voicemail. 1 second. 1 second on the voicemail. This might be the reason why I never. How do I turn this stupid sound off? Hold on, folks. I'm trying to turn the sound off on my Google voicemail number. It's playing in the background. It's annoying. Do not disturb. Hold on. It's really hard to listen at the same time, but this is so. Web notifications, voicemail. I mean, isn't this annoying that I've got the... All right, we'll put it on my phone. I was trying to play it off of the computer here, but we're gonna put it off my phone. All right, let's see if that turns off the sound. You still hear the sound? I still hear the sound. Where the hell is the voicemail coming from? I'm sorry, guys. Does anyone else hear this? Let me go to the new comments. Nicole says, please play my voicemail. I'll play your voicemails. Can you guys hear? Hold on. We need to figure this out. Hold on. All right. You guys hear that, right? What the heck is that? Where is the sound coming from? Oh, I see it. Hold on. Is that it? Leave site. Leave. All right, I think I fixed it. I just had to turn something off. I think we're good. Now let me open this one more time. Hold on. I'm like a call center over here. DJ Dave. I also do AT&T troubleshooting apparently. All right, let's get to your voicemails. Line them up, 401-213-9828. If you want to call the voicemail number, go right into it. Our first voicemail from Boston, Massachusetts, kid. Here we go.
Hi, Dave. I love your show and wanted to leave a voicemail. You asked what happened in the last 30 seconds. My take on it was possibly that there was a side relationship between Chelsea and Ivan at the hotel that no one talked about. That's my guess. I don't think production. Anyway, looking forward to seeing your show tonight. Bye.
A side relationship at the hotel. This is almost like production's worst nightmare when they don't have the cameras rolling. They should have had every production person get their cell phone out and just start, you know what I mean? Because they thought they were going to split up, men on one side, women on the other. But I'm sure they had to go to some random hotel. Although the crew is probably already staying at the hotel. So who knows? Who knows what actually went down? I wonder if they'll tell us. I don't know if they're going to break that fourth wall.
Hey, Dave. This is Chris Press from the chat. The reason why I think Ivan maybe had a thing with a staff member at the hotel is because of previous Bachelor shows. They would sit down and talk about that kind of stuff if a contestant was affiliated with someone that's not within within the crew or the contestants with them, if that makes sense. I could be wrong, but it sounds like Ivan kind of was into someone else, or maybe it was something with Chelsea. So, just my theory. Bye.
I mean, hey, I'm sure there's a couple of cuties working in the crew. I mean, I would just wish they would have got it on camera. Wouldn't that be fun? But you'd think if somebody hooked up with someone at the hotel from the crew, that they would immediately be sent home. Because that happened in the past where like a girl got the sound guy's phone number and they sent her home. All right, let's go to Dallas. Let's hear from, I believe it's Nicole.
What's up, Dave Neal's voicemail system?
What up?
It's Nicole from Dallas. I just wanted to call in to give my thoughts, a few thoughts. Just starting from the very end of the episode tonight, whenever Aaron and Ivan were about to, like, fight each other, that was, like, the most masculine, manly, like, hot thing I've ever seen Ivan do. I think a lot of women would have been more attracted to him throughout this whole process had he, like, had more of, like, a manly side to him. I mean, we all like a sensitive guy as well, but, like, a nice balance is, like, preferred, I think. I want to say that I think Aaron and James are kind of like the Serena and Blair from Gossip Girl of the beach. Like, it's shocking that they're still there. It just seems like they're just the two Gossip Girls of the beach. And Little Snaky Bitch Boy is going to be my new diss. I'm trading Douche Canoe in for Little Snaky Bitch Boy.
I like it.
Other than that, oh yeah, the Kenny and Mari date, kind of nasty, but like at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling some feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Have a good night. I'll be watching Livestream.
Nicole
Bye.
in Dallas. Bye. Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, let's get back into some jams here. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Yeah, did you guys like Mari and did you guys like Taco Time with Mari and Kenny? I mean, look, do I like to lick sour cream off of people's abdominal muscles? Not so much, but do I like sour cream in my tacos? Yes, so a little bit of a mix. I was actually surprised they aired Mari topless, even with the black bar. I was just surprised they went that far. I was like, oh, they're going to make him get naked and they're going to put her in a top. Yeah, just because it's ABC, I didn't think they would go there. But not bad, I'll take it, absolutely. Sarah calls those titty tacos. Absolutely. We'll do a little titty taco. You never know what Tuesday's going to bring you. Today it's titty tacos. Sophia says, Kenny and Mari date was more gross than sexy, food and sex. Hey, just a quick reminder to everybody. Oh, there's the phone call coming in. Just a quick reminder to everybody. We play everyone's voicemails, and this isn't to anyone in particular, with total respect. So if someone disagrees with someone else's phone call or whatever, I don't want people not to want to call in. Share your point of view. Share some crazy thoughts. Whatever you want to get off your chest. I don't know who you are. You do what you want to do, guys, okay? So let's get right into that. Let's play, well, I guess a bunch of calls are coming in right now. Let's go, I'll wait a few minutes before our next voicemail. Looks like we got a call from a 239 number. Keisha says, taco time made me gag. Sophia says, Kenny and Mari date was more gross than sexy. Food and sex, no. Yeah, some food works better. Like eating sushi off of somebody for some reason could be sexy. But like the act of like dairy products, maybe that's where I draw the line. Cow's milk on somebody, maybe that's where I draw the line. I don't know. Excuse me. Nicole says, I'm not into food play, but I mean ... That sounds like Nicole's into food play. Rosie said, I closed my eyes during it like it was a horror movie. You ever do that when you're watching a horror movie? You're like, why does it look like it's better to watch with one eye? All right. Destiny says, don't get me wrong, guys standing up for themselves and what they want is attractive, but that fight felt immature. Yeah, what's up, ladies? You want a guy... Is it really masculine to watch two guys fight on a beat? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess you want to see someone stick up for somebody. I don't know. Alexis says, how much does the lady make that has to watch them eat beef bad chicken off each other? I hear ya. Hopefully they gave her a raise, because we know Kenny got one. Rachel says, very uncomfortable, couldn't watch. All right, so I guess it was a no bueno from all of you guys. Destiny goes, the taco thing wasn't for me, but they're both so attractive it worked. Yeah, they could be eating, you know, a whole lot of weird stuff off of each other. All right, I need to find a way to turn off. So I guess the question is, how do I turn off? Could someone Google that? How do I turn off the sound in Google Voices? So annoying. These are things I really should figure out beforehand. Let's just go right here and play our next voicemail.
Dave, my main guy. I just wanted to tell you, I think you have the love language thing absolutely, positively wrong with Kia. I think that if Blake were actually giving her any sort of attention that day, and, you know, we're talking to her that morning and saying, you know, pulled her aside and just saying, you know, I really love this connection, and I really like you. I love the way things are going. I think that, you know, all the things that you're saying, which are words of affirmation, she wouldn't have had to pull him aside. The only reason that they were even speaking on that bed is because she grabbed him. If you remember, they were at the bar, and he was, like, not even paying attention to her, and she made a sly comment about somebody making an effort, that guys need to make an effort. And then finally she just got so annoyed that she pulled him aside. He was making zero effort. So the words of affirmation weren't even there. And so that was who she wanted to have the connection with. That was who she preferred. And so she was expressing, you know, that she needed something from him, words of affirmation or anything. And the more she expressed that she needed something from him, the more he just acted completely annoyed with her. So, yeah, it wasn't a situation where he was pulling her aside and giving her all these words of affirmation, and she was like, well, you're not giving me what I want, and you're making it sound like she's like, was just totally missing the boat on what and he was giving her so much. No, he was not giving her anything. And that was the problem. All right, thanks.
Thank you for the call. Bye. Listen, I mean, to be honest, it sounds like you watched it closer than I did. I mean, I'm cooking steak, I'm taking notes, I'm missing half the things, my stream's buffering. Yeah, if they're at the bar setting and Blake's not giving her the time or energy, I get it. But like she said, the Vajige picks what the Vajige picks. Chances are, I mean, could it be that you've got a faulty Vajige? Could it be that your Vajige is just superficial? Does Tia, let me ask this question, ladies and gentlemen, does Tia have a superficial Vajige? Because she's going after Blake, the guy who's done nothing but look attractive. And then you got James over there doing push-ups and pull-ups trying to get her attention, I feel like this is what people do, right? You go after the wrong guy. But at the same time, during that conversation, Tia and Blake, what's Blake supposed to do other than try to change her mind? I guess it's too little too late, Emily says, Dave, call it a vagine. I'm calling it vagige. I don't want to lose my monetization. If someone super chats me $100, I'll call it the other V word. But until then, I need to protect my assets here. What I'm talking about. Speaking of protecting assets, all right. Tia likes bad boy motorcycles, appears to be. Jane says, are you going to try to cover Brendan on Canadian Bachelor? I sure am. I sure am going to try. If I enjoy the show, apparently it's going to be on HBO Max. I'm going to try to cover it. I'll have Brendan call in, I'm assuming he already filmed it. Yeah, of course he already filmed it. So we'll have Brendan call in and we'll see how that all goes. Let's go to some memes. Memes of the day. The devil works hard, but Chris Harrison works harder. I guess that's supposed to mean because there's a storm coming. Hold on, let me go back to the music and get some music playing here. Get that music going. I don't hear anything. Is this fine? Wholehearted. Oh shoot. Sorry, wrong one.
I saw the city passing by my window.
All right, let's go to some of your questions.
Was in the crowd, but I felt
Chris says, did you my super chat? Oh, I must have missed a super chat. Let me get right in it. Give me a second here, folks.
My future was blurry and numb. A tunnel where there's no light.
That's a good one. Go back. I must have missed a super chat here. Much apologies. Sometimes so many messages just come and go so fast. Oh, there it is. Thank you so much. Chris Mitch with a $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Glad Tia wasn't batch. She just talked about her. Wait, glad Tia wasn't batch. She just talked about her. Oh, she just talked about her vagige. I see what you're saying. I was not reading the emoji there. Yeah, she talked a lot about her vagige. Is that her whole identity, is her vagige? She talks about it like it's like she's a lawyer and she represents it. She's like, my client, the vagige, doesn't feel a certain way, and my client would like to sue your client for missed labor opportunity. I don't know. All right. Alexa says, maybe Tia's taco isn't ready yet with James. She might have a vagine fiesta with him eventually. Is she down to taco truck? All right, folks. DTT. You know me. Here we go. We're really heating it up. What did she call it before? Her honey pot? She's got a lot of terms. It's her China pot. Where did that even come from? Well, hopefully it's not made cheaply. All right. Amazon. Spoilers need. Okay. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate the donation there. Let's see some other memes that we have here. Producers, we have to evacuate. Please, no one panic. Tia, oh boy. The Bachelor in Paradise cast leaving before the storm, of course. As my fiance said the same thing. She was I'd be packing food, throwing biscuits in my thing. Well, that was very anticlimactic. This time might mean a lot more. A little more. Joe, of course. Here we go with Tia's vagige. Tia expecting this man to express solid feelings. Look at him, honey. This is way too much to ask. Yeah, if you're a good-looking guy like that, you're not supposed to share your feelings. You're supposed to look pretty. All right. Every time Tia talks about her vagish, laughing nervously. What the flip? Damn, Maddie Daddy, why are you coming off so aggressive and defensive? This Blake guy sucks. Tia's vagish after being mentioned a 5th time. The amount of times Tia says vagine. Okay, we got it. We're getting all the vagine. Ew, Blake, what more do you need from me? Tia, sweetie, Blake doesn't care about you or your happiness. When did Blake get here and what happened to his face? I don't know what that means. Not Blake saying, I'm a simple person, meaning I don't want to put in the effort. Yeah, that's literally what I wrote down for my recap. All right. Okay. Back to your comments here. Sarah said, I definitely thought the evacuation was going to be way more intense than it was. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was just a quick little storm they had. And it could have been like a full day thing. They just, if it's not on camera, what are they going to show? Subtitles? And Anuha says, all these people hate Blake, but I don't think Tia's attracted to James at all, so it doesn't make sense to try with him. Yeah, it's like, she's like, I got an attraction to Blake, my vagish feels a little badige, but she's why am I attracted to guys that have the personality of a garden gnome? Sophia says, Blake is so pretty, I can't even hear what he says. Too distracted. Sophia, I just think you like guys with tattoos. You know, are tattoos a personality? No offense to you guys out there if you have tattoos, but it's almost like men with tattoos and women with glasses, that doubles as their personality. Is this too honest of me? Sarah says, attention and chemistry can grow. She clearly goes after the wrong guys. Yeah, like, what's the red flag with Blake that he didn't make it past night 1? You know? Ari said, I have a theory that the only reason they even showed the storm was because we needed to know the evacuation to then understand what Ivan does at the hotel. Bingo, Ari. That's a great point. Gold star. I wish I could pin a gold star onto you right now. Really good point. Are we going to find this out next episode? Jordan says, Dave, what do you think the drama with Ivan's going to be? Full disclosure, I watched this show on a stream, and my stream was delayed like 2 minutes, and I had to come start the live stream, so I missed the last like 90 seconds. Rena says, does Natasha have a genuine connection with Ed? Well, coming from the lack of connection she had with Brendan, I'm sure it feels like she's with Fabio at this point. Travis says, what if the person's got glasses and tattoos? Rebel librarian. Absolutely. Sarah says Blake went home week 2, not night 1. That's my fault. Thank you for that. Clearly, I'm not a historian of the show. 396 people in the chat. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that like button, bump your Harrison on top of it, sling your spade, spike your coconut, caress your Burgess, lance your bass, and hit the bong on the Little John on top of that like button, if you don't mind doing so an odd number of times. You can subscribe and also subscribe an odd number. Just subscribe once. If anyone wants, you can join the patreon.com/Dave Neal. For snots and for shoots and ladders, I'm going to post my set that I did last night at the Hollywood Improv on the Patreon. I apologize if people have watched too much of my comedy on the Patreon. I apologize. But for new people, if you couldn't buy tickets to the show, it's much cheaper to watch it on my private Patreon. I will put that up tonight or tomorrow if anyone wants to join. Alrighty. And what else do we want to promo over here? I think we're good on that. Let's see what else we have going on here. Go back to some voicemails. Let's do voicemails. All right, we got a couple of voicemails lined up. Let's get into those. Feel free to call the number 401-213-9828. You can do it. Did we do this one yet? I don't know if we played this one.
Dave, my name.
Oh, that's the wrong. Okay, we already played that one. Now let's go to the 817 number.
Hi, Dave. This is Elliot from Virginia,
Hi,
and
Elliot.
I am calling just to know. I think James is honestly an underdog at the beach. I think he is so funny. He's really cute. He's kind of a bro, but also has a sensitive side. I really like how he's trying to reassure all the women in the beach whenever he's had feelings for them. So honestly, just seems like a great dude. I wish he would get more airtime. But I did want to add, and this is not a spoiler, I swear. I have been seeing James and all the promos making out with someone. And at first I was like, is that like an old tape with him and Victoria? That's just kind of what I assumed. But tonight, I don't know who else was like watching closely to the promo, but I swear to God I saw Anna Redmond in the promo. Like they didn't even try to hide it pretty much. So yeah, if you go almost to the end of the promo for the rose ceremony, you can literally see her right there. And I think that James and Anna Redmond might have a thing. So I just kind of want to know your opinion on that. I know that he was Fox guy and, she was, involved in all that scandal in Matt's season. So I just want your opinion. I don't have much of an opinion. I believe that people can change, but yeah, I just want opinion. If she comes on the beach, do you think it's going to stir some drama? Yeah. Have a good one, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My question about James is I wonder if the ladies would be more into him if he was on a previous season of the show. So you have to remember, they all went to Bachelor in Paradise and no one got to see his season play out on Katie Thurston's season. This is obviously James, a photo of him without his hair gelled back, and people were into this. He's a good-looking guy. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He seems charming. Someone had commented that they don't think he has sex appeal. I think that's subjective, So maybe he's got his match out there. Maybe he just hasn't found it yet. I'm not really sure. Yeah, and of course Anna was the one that was part of, is that part of the mean girl? She had a mean girl attitude happening between Anna. So yeah, I don't really know what to think about Anna. I'd be willing to give her another shot, but there's something about Anna, like anybody, that when they're doing something low energy or negative, they become less attractive. It's almost less to do with anything here and more to do in here. And Anna came off like she was one of the girls that was accusing someone else of being an escort and other things. Anna just came off so low energy in those moments that it almost ruined whatever she was doing for me. I'd be willing to be persuaded to think otherwise, give her another shot, but that's exactly how I feel. Now, on paper, her and James, I think, would be a good match. A couple little blondies running around. I don't know. Whenever you see two blonde people, you're like, you might as well be together. You look like a couple happy Mormons or whatever. All right, here we go.
Hey, Neil. Here from Virginia. I just wanted to say that the last few minutes of the show, Chelsea and Ivan definitely had some type of interaction, some type of intimate interaction at the hotel, because the way that they were acting towards each other and immediately holding hands after was very weird, and they just seemed really close in a really short amount of time, and even the way they were kissing each other just made it seem like they had some deeper feelings.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for the phone call. And it might have just been that maybe they had a friendship and it progressed into something. And while it seems crazy for us to think that in the moment you could go from not ever kissing to then kissing and holding hands, hey, the world moves fast. Who knows? They're on the beach, storms hit. Who really knows? So BT says she flat out lied. No one told her about the escort thing. Well, we don't know. We just don't know what happened, right? Anna never admitted to flat out lying. She just always said, like, people talked about it, but she never obviously revealed a source, which is not the right thing to do. Just don't mention it or know firsthand, right? Those are the options. Either you know firsthand and you're going to live or die by whatever you feel is your truth, or it's slander. If you can't prove it, I guess it's not slander, but it's like rumors are, no one's got time for them, right? Teresa says, once you bump Dave's Harrison, upvote, hit thumbs up, doesn't show me the new count on my phone. Interesting. I have 446 people on my end of the chat, so thank you guys so much for that. So it seems to be a lot of people think that Ivan hooked up with Chelsea at the hotel. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if you're on the cast and you're like, you got to be so careful about what you do, what you don't do. Then all of a sudden you're staying at some hotel, no camera crews. Now, for future seasons, fake an evacuation, bring all of the cameras to the hotel and hide them. So then the cast thinks they're off camera. And then, that could be kind of fun. It could take a whole nother turn. Again, I want to take this moment. I don't really do any advertisements on the show. Maybe I would in the future, but right now it's just me, you guys. I want to take this moment to thank you guys for all your loyalty, sticking with me on these East Coast chats. I wouldn't be doing these if a bunch of you guys weren't showing up. So I appreciate your super chats. I appreciate your thumbs up, your nice comments, your phone calls, and all that. 445 of you. Thank you so much for all the love you've been throwing my way. I appreciate it. All right. So Allison calls the Ivan Chelsea hookup a producer playing with us again, a nothing burger. Take a bite out of that. Sophia says, I'm sounding like one of the producers. How's that for a M. Night Shyamalan twist? You find out I'm one of the producers? Next thing you know, Reddit has a thread. Dave was one of them all along. I know guys that were producers on Bachelor. I've never had a conversation with them about the show. But I do know guys that were producers. I've had them on my podcast. It doesn't make me any less critical of the show. They've since left. I don't believe I know anyone that works on the show anymore. Nicole says, there was literally no reason for them to think they'd never see each other again. Yeah, they're like, if I don't see you, I love you. They're like, it's like, well, you're going to be in a van together, in a cafeteria. Just chill out. But I guess they might have thought, hey, maybe they're going to cancel production. If this storm wipes out the beach, maybe they'll just cancel it. Destiny said, thanks for all you do. Well, thank you right back for all the support. Divine Song says, wish I could come see your stand-up. Well, let me know what town you're in. Join the Facebook group, and we'll get you there. Let's, if you guys haven't already, we have 400 plus members in the Facebook group, which Sarah so kindly created for us. The Facebook group, I just didn't do anything with it for a while because, I've just been busy. But I've started to promote it, and I'm interacting more with you guys over there, and it's been a ton of fun. So this is where I'll go to promote all future shows: Napa Valley, Bay Area, wherever I've got shows coming up. San Diego on Thursday. So this is where it's going to be, folks. It's called Dave Neal's Community. 424 members. You can join. It's free. I got to approve you. I pretty much approve everyone though that looks like a normal person and not a bot. Just don't try to sell your own stuff in there. Keep it sort of positive, and we'll have fun with it. Alrighty, that's the plug for that. I am a producer plant. Rachel says I need to come to upstate New York, not New York City. Come on, who goes to upstate New York, Rachel? Although, maybe once the world opens back up. Teresa says Orange County, please. Yeah, I definitely got to get to Orange County pretty soon. Emily says come back to New York City. I will be there. I just booked my flight yesterday. I will be there something like November 26th to December 1st. I don't have any shows lined up yet. I promise, Tasha, we're gonna go to the Rockettes. Can you hear me? Take Tasha to the Rockettes. She goes, I want to see the Rockettes in the effing tree. I go, the effing tree? She goes, the effing tree. It's funny. They have this huge ceremony where they light up the Rockefeller Christmas tree. They literally kill a 100-year-old tree, 200-year-old tree. They drag it into the city and they light it up, right? Well, it's the craziest event, when they light up the Christmas tree. It's everyone's packed in shoulder to shoulder. It's horrible. Well, I was coming home late from work one night, like around 2 a.m. I'm walking. This is like maybe early December. It was right before they were about to light the Christmas tree. And I walk by Rockefeller Plaza, and the tree just starts lighting up. They lit it all up. They were doing a practice run. So I got to watch the dress rehearsal of the tree being lit up. It was literally me and like a homeless guy and like another drunk guy that was stumbling around. And we were just like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then they turned the lights off and I was like, did I eat an edible or did that just happen? You know what I mean? All right. play some more voicemails. Get back to your comments here. Are we caught up on... we might be caught up on voicemails. Let me see. Let me see if we have any voicemails on the line. Otherwise, I would say leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. We'll let this party go a little while longer. I am all caught up on voicemails, so if anyone wants to call in, now is your shot. Rita says, there once was an owl stuck in the tree. I think I remember that. They were like live updating on the owl. Sage says, come to Canada. You have a lot of Canadian fans. That's on the list. Jen says they should switch to artificial trees. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's one thing to like... I understand the Christmas tree industry. I have friends that own Christmas tree farms. For every tree they sell, they plant a new one. Like, I get that. But, yeah, some of these trees, it's like... What are you doing? This is like, don't we need every tree we can get? You know? Emily said, how about Mari's yellow outfit? Mari could wear the phone book and she would look good. Texas Sea Star says, the leaves are starting to turn here in Connecticut. My favorite time of the year. Fall foliage. Fall foliage. Sophia says, that's the one thing I hate about Christmas. The tree murdering. Get a fake one. That's right. A lot of tree murdering happening on Christmas. You know, it used to be that fake Christmas trees looked so tacky, but I think we got to get one. Tasha, should we get a fake Christmas tree? It really is true that we're just murdering Christmas trees. Christy says, I feel like Dave knows everybody that does anything. What is that? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. But I love being accused of something. Dave, what's the matter? You don't want a fake Christmas tree? They're murdering Christmas trees. Tasha says plastic trees are worse because of all the petroleum. But what about, I mean, isn't it kind of sad to see a giant Rockefeller tree, like a majestic tree, just cut down? How about no tree at all? When did tree and Jesus? Jesus didn't live within a 10-hour camel ride of a evergreen tree. Jesus comes back. He comes back from the dead, and he's like, "Why does everyone have forest? Why do people put forest in their living room?" And it's like, we do it to celebrate you. And he's like, "No, don't kill forests for me. What are you doing?" He's like, "I came from a desert. We would have killed for a tree like this." Who thought we'd get stuck in Christmas trees? But boy, are we gonna have a fun Christmas season, guys. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be full of so much Christmas cheer. Kyla says, I love a real Christmas tree. Can't give that one up. There are cool organizations that you can adopt one. You get it in the planter and then they come pick it up after the holidays. Oh, that's fun. Tasha, did you hear about that? There's organizations that'll rent you a Christmas tree and a planter, and then you give it back to them after the season. You want to do that? We could do that and leave the tree outside. We were thinking about setting the Christmas tree up outside. I think we should set it up outside. Tasha wants the smell of the tree. You're a psycho. I want the smell of that tree dying. I want to wake up to the smell of that tree dead. She goes, I want the smell of the living tree. All right, we'll we actually do have extremely tall ceilings in our new place, but we don't have much floor space. So maybe we could find the skinniest, tallest Wilt Chamberlain tree. If anyone's tuning in now, they're like, why are you talking about trees? 327 people. We lost half the following talking to. We lost all the non-Christians out there, all the non-believers. All right, let's go back to the comments here. Emily says they should do Bachelor on Paradise Christmas edition. I love that idea. Bethany said, women love fall. Bethany says fall is the absolute best. Pumpkin, everything. Crisp, crunchy leaves, beautiful foliage, scarves, sweaters, leggings, boots, boot socks, football, fire pits, bonfires, and s'mores. That's like a fall bukkake. Hey, it is the autumnal equinox today. Today was the official last day of summer and the first day of fall. Ohm says, would you like to go on America's Got Talent as stand-up comedian? You could win $1 million. I wouldn't make it 1 second on that show. Okay, it's just not going to happen. They don't put a white guy on that show unless he's got some sort of major, issue. It's true. Find me one. Sophia goes, yes, Dave, tell her. Tree murder is bad. Dave and the homeless guy at the Rockefeller Christmas tree dress rehearsal is how we got started on Christmas trees. Is that how we got started? I can't remember. I think I went a little farther back on that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see if we have any voicemails here. I don't think I've got any voicemails set up. Rachel Rennie says, get a pet goat. They love to eat dead Christmas trees. Tasha, you hear that? We can get a pet goat. They like dead Christmas trees. Brianna says, fall equals white girl hot summer. We don't really have fall here in Los Angeles. That's a problem. Sage says, surprised you haven't done Gabby Pepito video. Lots of related dynamics to dissect here. Yeah, it's kind of like so many people have covered it. I almost didn't want to get in the way of actual journalism. Do you know what I mean? I was like, look, there's so many other people covering it. That's why I haven't covered it. I've been following it. Absolutely. It's heartbreaking. I always have to yell to Tasha to see if she's listening. I'll be like, Tasha, you hear that? And then after the live stream, I'll start telling a story. I'll be like, Tasha, on the live stream, we talked to, she'll go, I heard it all. I'm like, sorry, we need a bigger house. Brittany says, not everyone celebrates Christmas, though. No offense. Y'all have your fun. The lights are pretty, but all the Christmas stuff gets annoying. Yeah, I can understand, but there's plenty of things that I don't necessarily celebrate that, I'm happy for other people that do. I understand the commercialization of Christmas must be annoying. Absolutely. Sophia says, I'm drunk and have zero clue how we got here. Katie Coe, Bachelor in Paradise Halloween edition, Scared into Love. I like that. It's just somebody with a rose and a butcher knife. Just like walking to them. All right, I'll do Halloween season. Yeah, table Christmas for later. What's everyone going to be for Halloween? Angela says, maybe you can cover one of the 710 indigenous women who have gone missing in Wyoming. This is why I don't talk about that. Look, of course. Does our media have an obsession with white women that go missing? Absolutely. Don't fry me for it. That's on all of you. That's on everyone who scoops up the newspapers and reads them. Put your money where your mouth is. Get the message out there. If someone's missing, I think the media should cover everyone fairly. I understand. It's gore. It's weird crime porn that we're all into. Rena says, this isn't a news channel, people. Look, I like covering topics. Like I said, it's like, look, plenty of smart people are working on that case. If I have something breaking, I'll either break it to you guys or call the authorities. But at this point, it's a manhunt. Yeah, so Tasha's an early adopter for Christmas season. I don't even want to tell you what day she starts listening to Christmas music. I don't want to tell you. I think you'll get mad. I think you might have a visceral reaction. Let me ask you guys this. I'll just ask you all this right now. What day do you accept Christmas music on the car radio? What day do you begin your Christmas season? Katie Coe says July 25th. That's funny. Chris says, I did a mashup of Harley Quinn and Beetlejuice and also did that for Friday the 13th, so probably we'll do a mashup again. Yeah, Halloween's pretty far away in my book still. I like to, if I can find something on Amazon that I can buy for a Halloween costume, but also it's functional. I hate buying stuff I'm not going to use again. Michaela says day after Thanksgiving. Kim says after Thanksgiving. Nicole Bayless says November 15th. Hey, Tasha? So, Divine Song says day after Thanksgiving. Rachel Rennie says November 1st. I think Tasha would be closest to Rachel. Tasha's a November 1st Christmas music person. I'm traditionally a December 1st, but I'm not going to be upset if the day after Thanksgiving people start playing Christmas music. I just like to not burn it out. I like to go into Christmas strong. I like to get I don't like to be exhausted with Christmas music by December 3rd. All right. Here's a good question. Where did it go? I already lost the question. Where did it go? Who is the best host? Rena says, which has been the best guest host? Lil Jon, Titus, Lance, or David? It's tough. Let's knock off the weakest so far. I have to say Lance. I think Lance is the weakest. Lil Jon, we haven't got any one-on-ones or anything with him, right? We haven't got any like of that material closeness with Lil Jon. And I think he has one more episode, so I'm afraid I'm afraid it's between David Spade and Titus. Titus was good. I like David Spade's humor. I think David Spade can control the rose ceremony and like the group setting good. He's got good crowd work there, but Titus is a force. I feel like Titus is just too good for the show. Titus is a force. Divine Song said I like David Spade. Sophia says I liked Lance. You know me, I don't like Lance because I thought he was a jerk to Connor. So I can't not feel that. Vincenza says David Spade. Stephanie Gentry says, what about Wells? Well, Wells was master of ceremonies. Well, this was Wells' kind of like a chant. Like this was them, bringing in celebrities and giving Wells a little more opportunity, and maybe they'll make something else out of that. Well, it's almost 8 o'clock on my time. I'm going to get out of here in a few minutes. I really need to make sure I don't over-stream myself because I have one more stream tonight. Brianna Miles says, Dave Chappelle. Yeah, Dave Chappelle. Wells is pretty good. I mean, Wells has grown on me. Sonia says, Lil Jon has been great. Love his energy. Then David Spade, close second. Yeah, I like Lil Jon. I think Lil Jon's fantastic. I just don't, unless I've missed something, we haven't got that moment where like one of the contestants is struggling and Lil Jon does a one-on-one. That or they haven't set it up with us. But Lil Jon is quite the entertainer. Sage Johnson says, David Spade gives me the creeps. Hey, that means it's working. You know what I mean? Just kidding. Let's get some more, like, I've been playing 2010 pop vocals, but let's go back to some dance music. Is that too dance? How about this? I want my pizza. Yeah, Wells has a lot of good roles on the show. Jody says, Dave, you're really smart on many things like fracking, etc. How do you get your information non-biased because you're really logical? Thank you. I really appreciate that. I like to question news. I like to look where money's being spent. I definitely check out a lot of independent news, forgetting Crystal Ball. What's their new channel called? It's called Breaking Points. Crystal Ball, Sagar, pretty straight down the middle. You have a liberal and conservative viewpoint. No big money. I listen to people like Jimmy Dore. I listen to people like David Pacman. I think it's easy once you know what you're looking for to see who's trying to hoodwink you. I believe our country's, very divisive and uses fear to motivate us to act a certain way. Whenever any campaigns or whenever anyone's trying to sell fear on me in any direction, I question their motivations, and I'm not afraid of many things. At the same time, I look and see what other countries are doing. I have a lot of international friends. So sometimes our country does one thing and the rest of the world's doing something else, and I go, why are they doing that? I don't believe the U.S. is the savior that the world needs. Yeah, so that's where I get my news. Different places. But I think there's times when people like David Pacman are unreasonable. I think there's times when Crystal is I don't agree with everyone and everything. But you do see people that get it more right than wrong. And when you get away from mainstream media, you just see how close-minded they all are across the board. Now there's good mainstream like news, but it's not the opinionated shows. You just need to know what's a fact versus what's an opinion, and not take other people's opinions for like your own. Brianna Miles says, "Is DJ Dave making an appearance later?" Well, I got my headphones for DJ Dave. Oh, spilt that. I guess it's time to wrap up this episode, so we'll start working our way into DJ Dave.
I'm drunk if you can't tell already. I'm drunk if you can't tell already. I'm sipping wine by the bottle. I'm sipping wine by the bottle.
I don't think I'm gonna rap tonight, but who knows? This is called the Squirrel Song. I don't know why. Play this. West Coast stream is at 10 p.m. 1 East Coast. Yeah, we'll be doing the West Coast stream in a couple hours. In between this stream and the West Coast stream, I will be, recording my recap and cleaning the kitchen and just being a general human being. I got a lot of work I need to do. Get your glow sticks ready, everybody. LSU girl says, "I wish more Bachelor news had your dance breaks." 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm drunk if you can't tell already. I've had 2 beers and 2 mango White Claws.
Any last questions for this live stream before we get out of here? I don't think we have any more voicemails. I got real maracas too, but I end up with that one. But just because you don't trust all the news doesn't mean, I don't trust science. Whenever I read a headline, I know that an editor wrote that headline, and that's not necessarily what the story says. So a lot of times people will share a story that has a salacious headline, and I'll be like, that's not what the story says. A journalist did their job, and then an editor tried to sell the newspaper or get clicks, and they made a different thing out of it. Sonia asks a nice simple question. What is the meaning of life? Well, I'll say this. I feel like your question wasn't actually asking, you wanted answers, but I'll say this. I think we're all meant to create. Every sort of organism out there, we're all creating the anthill. Trees are creating a beautiful creative groves. Everything's about creation. Yet, we're a pretty violent species. So naturally, we're trying to create for ourselves, but not for others. So I think the real next step of enlightenment is that we all learn that there's just enough for everybody. We don't have to live in fear. We can just create. We don't need to hoard our billions and trillions of dollars. Some people that push pencils around and have better math skills on Wall Street are worth billions of dollars? No. A billionaire is not worth much more than someone who's lower middle class. And I think it's not always popular to say, but I think wealth needs to be distributed in a way that rewards people that work hard, but not to the extent that it does. I mean, there needs to be, this whole idea of marginal tax. A lot of people don't get, but it's when AOC went to the Met Gala and said tax the rich. She's not talking about the wealthy. She's talking about the rich. If you make over $5 million a year, maybe instead of not paying taxes, because most people dodge taxes, you pay 30%. Maybe, you know what I mean? The people that are really making a ton of money, are they worth that much more? Help the other people out. Those are my thoughts. So, what's the meaning of life? I think creating, evolving as a species, art. Rachel says, is Michelle engaged? Yeah, I think Michelle's engaged. Speculation. I think she got to the engagement. Darha says it's 5 a.m. in Slovenia. Everyone say good morning to Darha. Start your Wednesday off right. Hump day for Dara. Nelly says we got robbed of a Connor B and Joe musical collaboration. And well, now that we saw Connor, he's making some duets with Trey. Trey's got a beautiful voice. Goosebumps 801 says, definitely check out Breaking Points. They are very clear about what's an opinion and what's a fact. I think Crystal Ball could run for president one day. She obviously was a senator or congresswoman, and it didn't go well. Did she win? I don't even remember. She was involved in some stupid scandal. She's a smart woman, and she's, yeah, I love her take. You guys ready to do this? Five, six, seven.
You cut the crap. You cut the crap. Be careful who you bang. I'm drunk if you can't tell already. I've had 2 beers and 2 mango White Claws.
Rachel says, thanks for speculating. I think this episode was really boring. Yeah. I mean, how are you going to follow the Brendan stuff? They should have kept them along for another couple episodes. All right, do we do one more song? One more song, and then I'm out of here. We got 288 people, so people have already started leaving the chat. I get it. I understand. We'll see you guys for the next 10 p.m. West Coast one. Lisa says, this music is a lot tonight. Can you handle it, Lisa? Do we need Dr. Joe doing acoustics again? Don't forget, sign up for Dave Neal's community right here. You know, it's so much... I put these headphones on because the bass really hits me in these headphones and not so much in my other ones. I don't think I've got any more voicemails for this episode. We'll play the rest later on tonight. Last call for alcohol. Yeah, I don't play enough music in my day-to-day life. But the energy of good music, I try to listen to some good music before stand-up, just because it recalibrates that energy inside of you. Sonia said, I wrote a book on the Facebook community. Sorry. No, don't apologize. But we got hundreds of messages. I couldn't possibly respond to all of them, but I'm so glad people are communicating within the Facebook group. Facebook sucks for a lot of things, but it is a lot better for like staying in touch with people. So I'm going to try to use that as much as possible. Sophia says, boring episode. Dance it off. Dance it off.
I'm drunk if you can't tell already.
All right. Let me dismount on one good song. Is this a good one? How about this? I want to get high on you. Oh, yeah. All right. This is our last song on the stream, folks. Hit the like button on the way out. All right, here we go. Sage says, who does Dave Neal's Facebook photo remind you of? I don't know. You tell me.
Feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky. I can feel the winds of change.
Touch my calzone.
You live and you learn. And I hope I've seen enough.
Jody says, Dave, I wish you did some political videos. Well, kind of the trick is I do them within the Bachelor content. But I've made some political videos. If you go back on I made some through my comedic lens, but one thing at a time. I don't think I've got any really unique political views. I think the views that I have are out there. People just aren't necessarily. They're not. Maybe they're not in the mainstream, but I don't think they're like wild.
Want you to make my much as I know it's
Good night, my East Coasters. Jam out with me. This is it. I'll be back for the West Coast live stream.
things turn around. Didn't ever think they could.
I actually have a podcast,
I'm done with the bad.
but the podcast has been sort of a,
Little bit of
you know, I've cut back on it after 6 years of doing it. Touch the calzone, says Michaela. Oh, I love a good calzone. How good are calzones? A calzone that you dip in the marinara and the cheese is flowing out of it.
I was down, but things are looking up.
How about that sexier Steve Carell? 40-year-old version, she says. All right, you called it.
Want you to make
I love Steve Carell.
feel as much
He would
as
be my number one guy I would want to work with.
I wanna get high.
It's a good song.
Caught by
All right, this is it for me. Hit the like button on the way out. Thank you guys so much.
want you to
Krasimir says, is a calzone a folded pizza? Yeah, it's a folded pizza. And it's double the deliciousness. Oh yeah, I'll do calzone sex. Oh my gosh, I'll devour a calzone. Pepperoni, loaded, pineapples, jalapeno.
I'm drunk if you can't tell already. I've had 2 beers and 2 mango White Claws.
This is it. This is it. Alrighty. We'll see you guys in a little bit for the West Coast live stream. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. God bless America. I don't know what else to say. All right, folks.
I'm drunk if you can't tell already.
Talk to you guys in a little bit.
I've had 2 beers
Goodbye,
and 2
everybody.
mango White Claws.
See you in a little bit. Bye now. Talk to you soon.